Your garden beds look messy, not because of your plants, it's because of your edges. Today, I'm showing you a $5 gravel hack that gives you crisp, clean, professional-looking garden edges in one single afternoon. No landscaping crew, no expensive edging kits. Just one cheap material almost every hardware store sells for under $5. Watch the full video, because the maintenance trick near the end is what keeps this edge looking sharp for years instead of weeks. Quick safety note before we start, we'll be using a spade and basic hand tools, so wear gloves, watch your footing, and always know what's underground before you dig. If you want more high-impact, low-cost home and garden fixes like this one, hit subscribe right now. Let's get into it. Here's exactly what you need, and the total cost stays around $5 to $8. First, one bag of gravel. Pea gravel or crushed granite both work great, and a small bag runs about $4 to $5 at any hardware store or garden center. Second, 2 wooden stakes and a length of string. You probably already have these lying around, or you can grab a cheap ball of twine for about $1. Third, a flat spade or a half-moon edging tool. Almost every household already owns one of these, so this costs you nothing extra. Fourth, a pair of gloves. If you don't already own a pair, dollar stores sell them for about $1. And finally, a rubber mallet, or simply the back of your spade, works perfectly for tamping everything down at the end. A quick tip on gravel: most hardware stores sell it in small bags for around $5, but if you have a truck or a large bucket, many stores also let you scoop loose gravel by weight, which often works out even cheaper for longer edges. As a rough guide, one standard half-cubic foot bag comfortably fills about 4 to 5 feet of trench at the depth we're using today. So plan your bag count based on how much edge you're covering. When it comes to picking your stone, smaller pea gravel gives you a smoother, more polished look and packs together tightly, while larger crushed granite or river rock gives a bolder, more rugged look and drains water even faster. Either size works perfectly for this method, so this really comes down to personal style rather than performance. That's the entire list. No fancy plastic edging strips, no spray paint kits, no rented equipment, just gravel, a spade, some string, and a little bit of muscle. Total cost lands around $5 to $8, and this covers roughly 20 to 30 feet of garden edge, depending on the size of your bag. Now, let's build your clean, professional edge. The very first thing you want to do is mark your line. For a straight edge along a pathway or driveway, push your 2 stakes into the ground at each end and pull the string tight between them. This gives you a perfectly straight guideline, and it's honestly the secret that separates a sloppy edge from a professional one. For a curved edge around a flower bed or tree, skip the string and use a garden hose instead. Lay the hose on the ground and shape it into the curve you want. Step back, look at it from a distance, and adjust it until the curve reads smooth and natural to the eye. This is exactly what professional landscapers do before they cut a single inch of soil. Once your line is marked, grab your flat spade. Press the blade straight down into the soil right along your string or hose, pushing it in about 4 to 6 inches deep. Work slowly along the entire length of the line, driving the spade straight down every few inches to create a clean, continuous vertical cut. This vertical cut is what gives you that sharp, crisp line instead of a soft, blurry one. If your soil is hard or compacted, it helps to soak the line with a hose for a few minutes before you start cutting, since damp soil is far easier on your spade and on your back. If you're working in sandy or loose soil, go slightly shallower on your first pass because the walls of the trench can crumble if you try to cut too deep too fast. Either way, let the weight of the spade do most of the work, and use a gentle rocking motion instead of forcing it straight down in one push. Here's the part most people get wrong. After your vertical cut, angle your spade to about 45 degrees and slice into the bed side of your line, cutting underneath the grass or soil to remove a wedge-shaped strip. Lift that strip out and set it aside, or toss it straight into your compost pile. What you're left with is a small trench, roughly 4 to 6 inches deep, with one straight vertical wall facing the lawn and one sloped wall facing the bed. This trench is the entire secret behind the hack. Go back along the trench and clean out any loose soil, grass clippings, or stray roots. You want the bottom of that trench relatively flat and free of debris. If you see grass roots poking into the trench, pull them out now, because those roots are exactly what causes grass to creep back into your beds later on. Once the trench is clean, lightly compact the bottom using your foot or the flat side of your spade. This gives the gravel a stable base so it doesn't sink unevenly over time. If your line curves tightly around a tree or a rounded flower bed, take smaller, more frequent bites with the spade instead of long, straight cuts, so the curve stays smooth instead of turning into a series of choppy angles. If you run into a thick root from a nearby shrub or tree while digging, cut around it rather than through it whenever possible, since preserving the root keeps your plants healthy, while the gravel simply flows around that section of the trench. For pathways and driveways where you want an extra bold, professional look, you can widen the trench slightly to 5 or 6 inches instead of 4, which gives the gravel strip a more substantial, finished appearance. Now grab your bag of gravel and start pouring it directly into the trench. Work in small sections rather than dumping the whole bag in one spot, so you can control exactly how evenly it spreads. Fill the trench until the gravel sits just below the level of the surrounding lawn and soil, leaving a small gap so it doesn't spill over onto the grass. Use a rake, a small hand trowel, or even your gloved hands to spread the gravel evenly along the entire length of the trench. Take your time here, because this is the step that actually creates that clean, professional line you see in high-end landscaping. Once the gravel is spread evenly, use your rubber mallet or simply press down firmly with your foot to gently tamp the stones into place. Walk the line slowly and apply even pressure with each step rather than stomping in one spot, since even pressure is what keeps the surface flat instead of leaving dips and mounds. This settles the gravel and stops it from shifting or scattering the first time you walk near it or run a mower along the edge. Walk the full length of your new edge and check for low spots or gaps where the gravel has settled unevenly. Then top those areas off with a little extra gravel. Finally, brush away any loose stones that wandered onto the grass or into the bed, and sweep the top of the trench so the whole line looks crisp and intentional from every angle. Stand up, step back a few feet, and look down the entire length of your new edge from a distance, the same way a landscaper would check their work before calling a job finished. You're looking for a smooth, continuous line with no obvious dips, bumps, or gaps. And any small imperfections you spot now only take a minute or two to fix while everything is still fresh. And that's genuinely it. One trench, one bag of gravel, and roughly 30 minutes to an hour of work, depending on how long your edge is. Now let's talk about the transformation, because this is where the hack really proves itself. Before this project, most garden edges look soft, uneven, and honestly, a little neglected. Grass creeps into the flower bed, mulch spills onto the lawn, and the entire boundary between lawn and garden looks blurry and undefined. After adding your gravel edge, that boundary suddenly becomes sharp, clean, and deliberate. The straight or gently curved gravel line acts almost like a picture frame around your garden bed, instantly making the whole space look more organized and expensive, even though you only spent about $5. Grass no longer flops over into your mulch, and mulch no longer spills onto your lawn. When you mow, you can run your mower wheel right along the gravel strip without worrying about damaging your plants, which means faster mowing with almost no trimming required afterward. You also stop getting that muddy splashback onto your siding or fence after heavy rain, since the gravel channels water down instead of letting soil wash out onto hard surfaces. Rainwater that used to pool along the edge now drains straight down through the gravel, so you get fewer soggy patches and less soil erosion along your borders. The eye is naturally drawn to clean lines, and that's exactly why this simple gravel trench makes such a dramatic visual difference compared to how little effort it actually takes. So why does this simple gravel trench work so well? And why does it last so much longer than just running a string trimmer along the edge? It comes down to two things: a physical barrier and a root barrier. When you cut that vertical wall into the soil, you're physically severing the underground runners and shallow roots that grass uses to spread sideways into garden beds. Most lawn grass spreads through these creeping roots just under the surface, and without a clean cut, they simply grow straight through and pop up in your flower bed within weeks. The vertical trench wall interrupts that spread completely. The gravel itself adds a second layer of defense. Weed seeds need moisture, organic matter, and softness to germinate, and gravel offers none of that. It drains water almost instantly, so there's no damp, nutrient-rich layer for seeds to take root the way there is in soil or mulch. On top of that, the loose, shifting nature of the stones makes it physically difficult for any stray seedling to establish itself, so anything that does sprout usually pulls out in seconds. Lawn grass, in particular, spreads through underground stems called rhizomes and above ground runners called stolons, and both of these need continuous, undisturbed soil contact to keep advancing. The moment they hit that vertical trench wall with nothing but loose stone and open air on the other side, their forward growth simply stops. Combine the root barrier underground with the dry, unstable surface above ground, and you get an edge that genuinely holds its clean line, season after season, with only minor touch-ups required. Before you grab your spade, let's cover a few important safety points. Always know what's underground before you dig, even for a shallow trench like this one, especially near driveways, walkways, or older homes where sprinkler lines or shallow cables may be buried. Wear gloves the entire time you're handling the spade and gravel, since sharp-edged stones and repeated digging can easily cause blisters or small cuts. Keep children and pets away from the work area while you're digging and while tools are out, since a spade left standing in soft ground can tip over unexpectedly. Lift with your legs, not your back, especially when carrying a full bag of gravel, and take breaks if you're working on a long stretch of edge. For long-term maintenance, plan to lightly recut your trench line once or twice a year using the same spade technique, so grass roots don't slowly creep back over the top of the gravel. After heavy rain or a harsh winter, walk your edge and top off any spots where gravel has settled or washed away, since a quick 5-minute touch-up keeps the whole line looking freshly installed. If you notice a few weeds poking through after several months, just pull them by hand, since without an established root system in the gravel layer, they come out with almost no resistance. If you have particularly stubborn grass or live somewhere with aggressive weeds, you can lay a thin strip of landscape fabric along the bottom of the trench before adding the gravel, which adds an extra layer of protection without changing anything else about the process. When choosing your gravel, picking a color that complements your house siding, walkway, or existing stone features will make the edge look like it was planned as part of the original design rather than added later. And one last tip: always let a newly cut trench settle for a day or two of normal foot traffic and watering before you consider the job fully finished. since gravel naturally shifts slightly as it beds in. It's worth understanding why professional landscapers obsess over edges as much as they obsess over the plants themselves. A garden can be filled with beautiful flowers and shrubs, but if the edge separating it from the lawn is uneven or overgrown, the entire space still reads as messy and unfinished. Clean, defined edges act like a frame around a painting, instantly making everything inside that frame look more intentional and cared for. This is one of the cheapest, fastest ways to boost curb appeal, because it doesn't require buying new plants or redesigning your landscaping. It simply requires defining the lines that are already there. Real estate agents and home stagers often point to sharp lawn edges as one of the fastest, lowest-cost improvements a homeowner can make before putting a house on the market, right alongside a fresh coat of paint on the front door. That's because a clean edge signals to anyone walking by that the whole property is cared for and maintained, even before they notice a single flower or shrub. So there you have it, a complete, clean, professional-looking garden edge for around $5 and about an hour of your time. No expensive landscaping crew, no complicated tools, just a simple gravel trench that instantly transforms the way your entire garden looks from the street. If this hack helped you, drop a comment and let me know how your edges turned out. I genuinely love seeing your before and after results. And remember, this same simple trench and gravel method works around flower beds, along pathways, around trees, and even along fence lines. So once you've got the technique down, you can use it anywhere on your property. Hit that like button if you learned something new today, subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next budget-friendly home and garden hack. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.